kids need help. I don't want them to get sick, and I want money to go to them. We dressed up like superheroes.
Okay.
We had to go around the track.
Do you remember how much money we raised because of your idea?
$10,000.
Yes.
A boy in class brought a Barbie doll to school for show and tell. I told some friends and I convinced them to come make fun of him with me. I became ashamed of how I acted and I felt bad for the boy. I asked my mom if I could start an anti-bully club at school. She said it was a wonderful idea.
I was born deaf and I have cochlear implants. On one of my surgeries, I got a little gift and it made me feel so happy inside that it inspired me to do something special for other children that don't feel good. We almost donated 500 buckets to sick kids around the world and anywhere we can. And I love to make children and families smile.
My project is Earth Saver Girl. I started my project when I was 7 years old. I got tired of seeing all the litter that was in my community. When I tried to tell people about it, they wouldn't listen because I was so young. I figured a superhero would get their attention. I created Earth Saver Girl and wrote The Adventures of Earth Saver Girl, Don't Be a Litter Bug. My project impacts my community by making it clean. By encouraging others to get up and pick up litter, it's not only helping the environment, but it's providing a fun way of exercising. I educate people about the importance of protecting our Earth. I also let kids know that they are not too young to make a difference.
Catching Joy organizes hands-on community service projects that kids can do to let them feel the joy of giving. It started with my first lemonade stand when I was 5 years old. Sunkist had a national contest where they asked kids to take a stand. I made posters, set up my Catching Joy stand in my front yard, and sold lemonade for the cost of a smile. In the last 7 years, Catching Joy has aided so many local and national charities and helped people, animals, and our planet Earth.
I was at a family camp in Vermont, so you spent some time with your family, some time with your camp group. There was a girl in my group who was in a wheelchair and she always sat by herself with her aide during lunch. And I always assumed that she wanted to sit alone because she never came to sit with the rest of us. But one day I was curious, so I hesitantly asked if I could sit with them, and the girl's aide said yes, and I learned that the girl in the wheelchair's name was JV and that she had something called cerebral palsy. I think that this was really the first time I realized that many people don't get to know who a person is on the inside with special need, because I almost didn't. For you and for people with special needs, you shouldn't let the special needs define a person. I think that I'm doing something that I feel so strongly about, that I'm so passionate. I'm not afraid to take risks and do things that other people aren't necessarily doing.
Kid Knits is a nonprofit organization that buys hand-spun yarn from women that live in Rwanda and Chile. We take the yarn and then put it into knitting craft kits to sell it to kids in America to teach them about global poverty and the dignity of work. In Rwanda, a lot of the families eat small meals every 2 to 3 days when they didn't have jobs. Now that they have work, they're able to eat 3 substantial meals a day, and their kids can go to school. These stories have solidified the desire for me to work with international business when I get older. Kid Knits does not just tell the kids that they can make a difference, but gives them a way to do so, globally and locally.
I got inspired to help people in the community because at a young age, I was shown that people in the community didn't have food and other things. And I was also taught that you could do anything that you wanted to as long as you put your mind to it. I think I care about hunger, especially because it's a basic necessity in life. And I think that it's wrong that people don't have food when they want to eat, and so that they can live a healthy life. And I think my project has been a positive impact in the community because we are motivating kids to help change the world. We're helping people by giving them food, and we're bringing awareness about different issues in the world. I want to do a lot more service for the world. I want to help change the world. We're trying to get to 1 million pounds of food. We're at a little more than 900,000 right now, and we're trying to get more kids around the U.S. We're trying to expand nationally and even internationally.
Champions of Care is a nonprofit organization that strives to address the natural needs of homeless women, primarily through the distribution of feminine hygiene product care packages. Through our work, we have developed a network of 10 to 12 partnering organizations in Portland, Salt Lake City, and we recently made a large donation to Guatemala. We distribute care packages to them, each one costing under $2 and containing enough feminine hygiene products for an entire menstrual cycle. In the last several months, Champions of Care has been registered as an official nonprofit, has distributed over 500 care packages, created our network of partners, and built a Champions of Care team.
2.5 years ago, I was laying in the intensive care unit recovering from complex spinal fusion surgery. I had just spent the previous years trying to cope with the consequences of a severe form of progressive scoliosis. As I laid in the ICU with 2 18-inch steel rods, 17 screws, and now 15 of my vertebrae forever fused into a solid pillar, I decided to help remove the challenges of scoliosis for others. This past October, we screened 1,500 children for scoliosis and connected all 102 positive screenings to medical services. And I don't plan to stop there.